Welcome to Crazy Indians. I'm. Learning quickly is a valuable skill in today's fast-paced world. Lena, what are some effective tips and tricks to learn anything fast?
Thanks, John. Learning quickly is indeed a valuable skill. One effective tip is to set clear goals and deadlines. Before starting to learn something new, define what you want to achieve and by when. This helps focus your efforts and maintain motivation. Another trick is to break down complex information into smaller, manageable chunks. This technique is called microlearning and it can significantly reduce overwhelm and increase retention. Additionally, using a variety of learning techniques such as visualization, repetition, and active recall can also speed up the learning process. For example, if you're trying to learn a new language, instead.
That's really helpful, Lena. I like the idea of breaking down complex information into smaller chunks. You mentioned active recall. Can you explain that a bit more and how it?
Absolutely, John. Active recall is a powerful learning technique that involves actively recalling information from memory rather than simply rereading it. This can be done through flashcards, quizzing yourself, or summarizing what you've learned in your own words. Research has shown that active recall strengthens the connection between neurons in the brain, making it easier to retrieve information later on. For example, if you're trying to learn a new concept, instead of just rereading the notes, try testing yourself on the key points or explaining it to someone else. This can help solidify the information in your long-term memory and.
Wow, that's fascinating, Lena. I never knew that our brains worked that way. You also mentioned visualization. How can we use visualization to learn new things more effectively?
Great question, John. Visualization is a powerful tool for learning because our brains process visual information much faster than text. One way to use visualization is to create mental images that associate with what you're trying to learn. For example, if you're trying to learn a new language, you can associate words with images or memories that help you remember the word. Another way is to use diagrams, flowcharts, or mind maps to visualize complex information. This can help you see the relationships between different concepts and make it easier to understand and retain. Additionally, you can also use.
That's a great point, Lena. I've heard that teaching others is also a great way to learn. How does teaching others help us learn new things more effectively?
Excellent point, John. Teaching others is indeed a powerful way to learn, and it's often referred to as the protégé effect. When we teach others, we're forced to clarify our own understanding of the material, which helps to solidify it in our own minds. Teaching others also requires us to think critically and creatively about how to explain complex concepts in simple terms, which can help us identify any gaps in our own understanding. Additionally, teaching others can also give us a sense of accountability and motivation to learn, as we're now responsible for helping someone else understand the material.
Thanks for sharing that, Lena. It's been really informative. One last question: what are some common mistakes that people make when trying to learn new things quickly, and how can?
Great question, John. One common mistake people make is trying to learn too much information at once, which can lead to overwhelm and burnout. Another mistake is not practicing consistently, which can make it difficult to retain information in the long term. Additionally, people often focus too much on passive learning, such as just reading or watching videos, rather than actively engaging with the material through techniques like active recall and visualization. It's also important to not be too hard on yourself if you don't pick something up right away. Learning is a process and it's okay to make.
That's really helpful advice, Lena. Thanks for sharing your insights on how to learn new things quickly. Before we go, I just want to remind our viewers to subscribe too.
Thanks, John. It was a pleasure sharing my knowledge with the Crazy Indians audience. I hope everyone found the tips and tricks helpful in their own learning journeys.
And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for watching Crazy Indians. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more informative and engaging content. We'll see.